I'm Ayaka. I'm 37 years old. Right now, I'm living with my husband Koichi and our daughter Kana. Lately, I've been worried about something.
Leftovers again? You're slacking off.
You don't have to say it like that. It's tough for me every morning, you know.
How can it be tough if you are slacking off?
My husband Koichi works for a small to mid-sized company. Until recently, he worked at the main office, which had a cafeteria, but he was recently transferred to a branch office. The branch doesn't have a cafeteria, so one day Koichi said,
Hey Ayaka, can you start making lunch for me too?
Huh?
You take a packed lunch when you go to your part-time job, right? I'm asking you to make one for me as well.
Oh sure, that's fine. Our daughter Kana doesn't need a lunch because she has school meals. But when I go to my part-time job, I do make a lunch for myself. It's a bit of a hassle to make a lunch every day, but it's more economical than buying convenience store food. So I decided to make a lunch for Koichi too. But
Hey Ayaka, what is this?
you're back. What's wrong? Why are you so mad?
What's wrong? Look at this lunch. It has yesterday's meatballs in it.
Well, it's a homemade lunch. So of course it has some leftovers from dinner.
Are you kidding me? This is such a lazy lunch.
A lazy lunch?
What else would you call this? You're a housewife, so do your job properly.
What? If you don't like it, then just eat convenience store lunches.
Convenience store food is gross and expensive. Plus, it's not nutritious. I can't buy that every day.
Then stop complaining and eat your lunch.
Hey, how much do you make at your part-time job?
950 yen an hour?
I make 7 million yen a year. If I work 160 hours a month, that's 1,920 hours a year. My hourly rate is about 3,600 yen.
So what?
Don't you get it? It means my opinion is more valid than yours.
What? That's ridiculous. The correctness of an opinion isn't based on salary.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Sure, your part-time job helps a bit with our expenses, but I'm the one making the big money. So you should do as I say.
That's awful. How can you say that?
And when I was a student, my mom never made lazy lunches.
What? You can't compare me to your mom?
Why not? She worked full-time too. Actually, she worked even harder.
Koichi's rude comments made me hold my head in frustration.
Come on, don't get so down. I'm saying this because I believe you can do it, Ayaka.
Huh?
It's true that my mom was more capable, but if you try, you can make lunches as good as hers. I'm your husband, so make lunches that satisfy me.
Koichi said this, placed the dirty lunchbox on the table, and went to his room. Couldn't he at least put it in the sink? Despite feeling frustrated, I continued making lunches for Koichi. Recently, inventory work has been exhausting. Koichi told me not to slack off, but I've been getting up early to make things like omelet, so maybe today. Thinking it would be okay just for today, I put some leftovers from dinner into his lunch. And sure enough, he said,
Ayaka, you put leftovers in my lunch again. I told you not to slack off.
But I had no choice. I've been busy with the inventory.
Inventory. Does doing inventory increase your hourly wage? Can you earn more than I do?
Well?
Do you see? You can't. There's no way you'll ever make more than me, so don't argue with me.
Oh, what's that? Honestly, I was so angry. I wanted to threaten him with divorce. But our daughter Kana is still in elementary school. Divorcing now would only make things harder for me. I guess I'll just have to endure and make the lunches Koichi wants. So I continued to endure. I stopped putting leftovers in his lunches and started waking up early every morning to make fresh omelet and simple stir-fry vegetables. I'm so tired. I have to leave for work earlier than usual today, and I don't have time to cook. When I cook early in the morning, I sometimes don't have time to do the dishes, so I end up doing them when I get home, and Koichi yells, "Hey, why aren't the dishes done when I get home? Stop slacking off on the housework." I'm busy too. Think about how I feel. I get up at 6 a.m., get home after 9 p.m., and then I have to prepare for the next day and do the dishes. It's too much.
So what? Your job isn't that busy, right? It's just working at a grocery store, like running the register and stocking shelves.
His use of the word just shows he really looks down on my job. Sure, maybe my hourly wage is lower than yours, but that doesn't mean my job is worthless.
Yeah, it does. There are clearly jobs people want to do and jobs they don't. Your job is at the bottom of the ladder.
When he said that, I felt tears welling up.
Oh, come on. Why are you crying? I'm just asking you to do the housework properly.
Enough already.
Hey, wait!
In my anger, I stormed out of the living room and into the bedroom. Doing this won't solve anything. I knew it was childish, but I couldn't help it. Now I dreaded facing him later. Mom? Kana. Mom, cheer up. Did you fight with Dad? No, it's okay, Kana. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry you had to see that. Mom, make up with Dad soon, okay? Do you want me to help? Kana, I'm sorry, but it's okay. Don't worry. I felt like a terrible mother for making her worry. I resolved not to let Kana see my frustrations again.
Hey, is my lunch ready?
Here, take it.
Oh, okay. Let me check to make sure there are no leftovers again.
Go ahead. I'm busy with the dishes.
What's with the attitude? Well, it's freshly made.
Did you see? You shouldn't have any complaints, right? Now go to work already.
Don't think you are perfect just because of this. My mom's lunches were still better.
What? Are you still comparing me to your mom?
Of course. She was amazing when I was a student. She even packed miso soup with my lunch.
She even made miso soup in the morning? That must have been a lot for her.
She did it on her own because she cared about me.
So you're saying I don't care about you?
Well, giving me lazy lunches shows a lack of love, doesn't it?
I hated fighting over such trivial things. So I handed him the lunch and made him go to work. I can't keep letting this get to me. I promised I wouldn't worry Kana anymore. To keep Kana from being sad, I worked hard around the house. Here, dinner is ready.
Oh, wow.
It looks delicious.
You're scaring me a bit. Why are you so enthusiastic?
Oh, it's easy to make. Now eat before it gets cold.
Thanks for the food.
I thought that if I kept up my efforts, Kana wouldn't worry, but I might be pushing myself too hard. My body isn't cooperating these days. I was starting to feel exhausted, but I couldn't stop now or Kana would worry again. I drank energy drinks and tried to push through the fatigue. Mom, you don't look well. Are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry. Mom, about this Saturday? Yeah, I know. It's fine. Mom. This Saturday, I didn't have work. Koichi was also supposed to be off, so I thought we could finally relax. But... Mom, wake up! Huh? What is it, Kana? It's still early. I have school today. It's a Saturday class. I need a lunch. What? I had completely forgotten it. Kana had given me a note about it a while ago. I jumped out of bed to prepare a lunch for Kana, but there wasn't enough time. I'm sorry, Kana. It's mostly frozen food, but take this. Oh, okay. I sent Kana to school with a lunch full of frozen food.
Oh, I saw that. You said you'd do everything perfectly, but here we are.
Koichi.
Well, it just proves you can't handle the housework like my mom could. Just do what you can and let me criticize you for it.
I finally understood then. Koichi didn't want me to do perfect housework. He wanted to find fault with everything I did so he could criticize me. It was probably because of the stress from his job, and he was taking it out on me. Feeling utterly defeated, I went back to the bedroom and shut myself in again. I thought I was trying my best. With that thought, I drifted off to sleep. When I woke up, it was already evening, and I felt like I had wasted my precious day off. Mom! Oh, Kana, you're back. Mom, you don't have to push yourself so hard. What? Today's lunch was really good. Even though you're busy, you made it. So it was delicious. Kana, Dad might be mad at you, but don't worry about it. You're doing great, Mom. Kana. Thank you, Kana. I felt like a terrible mother for making her worry, but I had never been so happy. Thanks to Kana, I felt relieved from the pressure of being perfect, and my heart felt lighter.
Hey, there's the leftovers in my lunch again. Don't slack off.
Koichi was still mad at me, but I didn't let it bother me anymore. I had learned to forgive myself for trying my best. However, seeing me not react made Koichi furious.
You think you can just be okay with not being perfect? Who do you think puts food on the table?
It was clear he wanted to insult and control me no matter what. Even though I could forgive myself, his yelling still hurt. I wondered if there was anything I could do. And then one day... Hello? I'm sorry to call suddenly. I was wondering if I could visit and stay over for a bit. Is that okay? Of course. Why don't you join us for dinner too? That sounds lovely. I'll take you up on that. I told Kana and Koichi that mother-in-law was coming to visit.
So mom's coming over? That's fine. You should take this chance to learn from her. Maybe you can be as good as her. Ha ha ha.
Koichi still looked down on me, but I had no idea this visit would give me a chance to fight back. Mom, can I talk to you? What's up, Kana? Since Grandma's coming, I have an idea. Kana whispered her plan to me. That sounds great. You really love Grandma, don't you? Let's surprise her. Yeah, let's do it. So Kana and I started planning a surprise for mother-in-law, but...
I'm sorry, I have to work late tonight. So eat without me. I'll grab something on my way home.
Really? But your mom is visiting.
I can't help it, it's work. Besides, my mom can cook, so make sure you learn from her, okay? Haha.
Yeah. Koichi ended up working late, so he missed dinner with us. But that turned out to be unfortunate for him. The next day, I handed Koichi his lunch as usual and sent him off to work. But when he came back, an incident occurred.
Hey, you made terrible food again. How dare you?
What?
The lunch. How could you make something so disgusting and give it to me?
Wait, Koichi.
It was so bad I threw it away.
What?
You always say not to waste food, but making something that bad is a real problem, right? It's your fault.
Wait, I didn't make today's lunch.
What? Don't lie. Who else would have made it?
It was already too late by the time I hesitated.
What? Kana? Why are you crying?
Don't you understand? The lunch you threw away was made by Kana.
What? Kana made it? That's impossible.
You didn't eat dinner with us last night. Kana cooked dinner for your mom.
She did?
Kana's cooking was really delicious.
What? Mom, you're still here?
Yes, we all enjoyed Kana's dinner so much last night that she decided to make your lunch too. She got up at 5 a.m. to do it, and you just...
Wait, I didn't know. Kana, your lunch was delicious. I didn't really throw it away.
There's no way she'll believe that now. Kana burst into tears.
Hey, Ayaka, do something. This is your fault.
What? How is this my fault? You're the one who made Kana cry.
Well, if you made good lunches regularly, I wouldn't have assumed you made that one.
You? That doesn't excuse insulting Kana's lunch.
Well, if you made lunches as good as my mom's, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh, your mom's lunches? Yeah.
What? My mom's lunches were really delicious, you know?
Koichi, do you remember what was in your lunches when you were in high school?
Yeah. There were fancy things like ketchup pasta and bite-sized cutlets.
Right.
My mom worked full-time and still made all that. So you should be able to do the same.
Koichi, just imagine, what if instead of leftovers, I used frozen food in your lunch?
That would be lazy. A housewife should cook everything from scratch.
I'm sorry, Ayaka. It seems I didn't raise him right. No, you don't need to apologize.
What are you talking about? Why are you apologizing?
Koichi, all those lunches you had in high school were made from frozen food.
What?
Your mom told us last night during dinner. Yes, I worked full-time. There's no way I could make everything from scratch every morning. You should have known that.
So all the food I thought was delicious was frozen food?
Can't you tell the difference? Or were you just looking for an excuse to criticize me no matter the taste? Seriously, how could you think anyone would make things like bite-sized cutlets and pasta from scratch every morning?
My whole life has been a lie.
There. You tried to make a lunch to make Daddy happy, didn't you? I'm sorry. Ayaka's lunches have been criticized enough. And now even Kana's. Koichi, you'll be going back to your mom's for a while to understand how hard cooking is.
What? Wait, you can't be serious. It's over an hour to work from her place.
Yes, but you've said such terrible things to Ayaka and Kana. So you need to make your own lunch and commute from your mom's.
No way! My job is already demanding, and adding more travel and making lunch is impossible. Please, forgive me.
No, you insulted both me and Kana, and that's a serious offense.
Wait, I'm sorry. Kana, you forgive me, right? Kana, say something. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll take Koichi home with me. Ayaka, enjoy some peace with Kana for a while. Thank you.
No, please, wait. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
In the end, Koichi went back to his mom's place. He was put through rigorous cooking lessons by her. He had to wake up at 4 a.m. to make her lunch and meal prep for dinner before heading to work. He didn't get home until almost 10 p.m., and he had to do other household chores too. When Koichi finally came back, he was much thinner. Thanks to mother-in-law, Koichi stopped demanding unreasonable housework, and peace returned to our home.